Happy Wednesday, everybody. Marlene, aka Snowgardener 307. We are here for a budgeting video today. I'm going to do the same thing like what I did last week. We're going to go ahead and do a rough draft budget. We're going to talk about how we're going to make the ends meet this week because, spoiler alert, my husband's paycheck was too small. Again, not as small as the last paycheck. If you guys didn't check that out, make sure you do. But for a spoiler alert, for the past two paychecks, so for 4 weeks of work, my husband got $1,274.07 in take-home pay. That's not even enough to pay the monthly mortgage, but that is okay because I will show you guys what we're doing about that. So we're going to show you guys rough draft budget. We're going to work through that together. I'm going to take you guys to the bank. Let's go on a road trip. We'll come back. We'll cash stuff. We'll talk about the budget, and I'll go ahead and do some savings challenges. Let's go ahead and get started on this budget. We are keeping it very, very simple. We're using a pen and a piece of paper. That's it. So this is my husband's paycheck. And like I said, you do not have to spend a whole bunch of money on budgeting things if you don't want to. So this is paycheck to paycheck budget. That is how I like to budget. His paycheck is $3,926. And so we have got his pay, and that is, I have rounded, and I'm just going to include $1,220 for his take-home pay. And then we have got some sinking funds. Now, I don't know how much we're going to need in sinking funds yet because I need to figure out the bills and exactly what we're going to do. So I can't do a total yet because this is truly a rough draft. So first thing that we need to do is my husband is filling his Roth IRA. And so he needs $625 a month for that. So he needs $625. And then he paid the mortgage the last paycheck, and the rest of the bills are covered by me besides sinking funds. And so then he has got his venture credit card. Now, before he had all of this time without a bunch of work, he had bought tires for his truck. He also had purchased some other things. So this is a big bill, you guys. He's got $1,000 left. He paid $1,200 last paycheck. So his two bills are $1,625. And we do consider the IRA a bill. That is the way to think of it, right? So $1,625. Now let's head over here to our sinking funds. So sinking funds, we need to go ahead and fill his subscriptions. And this normally gets $45. Then we need garbage. This is paid quarterly. And so this just goes into the sinking fund until it's due. Then we have got land tax. This is for the property that my husband and I own together. We each do $50 a month. And then Sam's Club, he is going to go ahead and do $100. And then for home, he's going to go ahead and do $50. And then for his motorcycle insurance, he is going to go ahead and do $50. My husband has 2 motorcycles. And then we've got pets, and he needs $200 for that. And then last but not least, we've got our escrow for our home. We now self-fund that, and I am so excited to be doing that. I would rather earn a little bit of interest, and I'd also rather not have my mortgage go up and down. So right here for our subscriptions, garbage, land tax, Sam's, home, motorcycle insurance, pets, and escrow, that equals $645. Now my husband still wants to put extra money towards the mortgage through savings challenges. He is helping me with the daily games, the 10-minute Mondays, the savings challenges you're going to see after this. So we've got savings challenge. Now, if Mr. Snowgardener didn't have sinking funds, we wouldn't be doing this. So savings challenges, he wants me to do $500. And so that will be $1,145. So we have got $1,145 plus $1,625. That these two together equal $2,770. And if we subtract the $1,220 that we've got, then that means that it is $1,550 in sinking funds that we need. And I am just looking through here. Yes, I'm making sure I wrote down the sinking funds off to the side. and I just wanted to make sure. Now, I think I went ahead, I want to go ahead and take an extra $20 out. No, $15.50 is all we're doing. I was going to take another 20, but we already kind of rounded his paycheck, and there was rollover I did not include. So right here, we've got $2,770 and $2,770. So this is a zero-base budget. There is no roundup. There is no Australia. So now I need to decide what I want for cash, right? So we need to grab out a cash breakdown slip. And I can tell you guys this, that Mr. Snowgardener needs to take out another $100 from last paycheck for the cash for our home and our fun miscellaneous. So last paycheck, I haven't pulled it yet because I haven't needed it. So I am going to go ahead and add an extra $50 in here for that. So we can go ahead and we can grab out a cash thing if we want, or we can do it all right here. So all we're going to need is we're going to need 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, and 50s. Now, some of these are going to be not in cash. So remember that. We don't do everything in cash. We do use play money. And I had somebody suggest Monopoly money, like go to the thrift store or whatever, and if you see Monopoly games, grab and buy them and go ahead and grab the cash out. I thought this was a great idea. And as a matter of fact, I think I had put on that comment that my parents actually have an old Monopoly game sitting down where we are sitting downstairs where everything is. Sorry, I couldn't think about that. And we're going to go ahead and grab the cash out of there because it's not a game. My husband does not like Monopoly, just so you guys know. Not at all. And let's see what we're going to do. So all of this up here, all of this is going to be super easy. This is all going to be placeholders. There is no reason why we need to pull cash out for these. We're just going to put placeholders in here. I will transfer the money over. So that means I need the $500. And then I also told you guys that I need money for my wallet for home and miscellaneous fun. I knew that I was going to wait to pull these out until I did this cash withdrawal because there was no reason to not. So for home and miscellaneous and fun, I need 2 20s and 2 5s. So just like that. Okay. And then we've got sinking funds, and that's it, you guys. So we are going to go ahead. We've got $500. I have quite a few small bills. So I'm going to go ahead and get some 50s. So I'm going to get 2 50s, and I'm going to go ahead and get 10 20s, 200, 300. I need 500. I'm going to go ahead and grab 5 50s, and I'm going to go ahead and grab 20 5s and 50 1s. I believe that is 100. So let's see. 2 times 5, 50 is 100. 10 times 20 is 200. So that's 300. 5 times 10 is 50. 20 times 5 is 100. And then obviously 51s. Okay, so we've got $600 here that we're going to be getting out. And I will go ahead and transfer this onto my paper. And I like using a little bit darker of a marker just so that they can see a little bit better. And so let's go through this. So we're not getting any 100s this time, but we are getting 2 100s, or I'm sorry, 2 50s for $100. We are getting 14 20s, and that's $280. We are getting 5 10s. And that is $50. We're getting 24 5s, and that is 120. I had to think about that one. And then last but not least, we're getting $50. And so then we add all these up, which we just did, and we've got $600 because I added this row up that was 500. So we're going to take this to the bank, and we're going to go get some cash. I do have to tell you guys, I've got quite a bit of money that is going back into the bank. And most of this is daily games and stuff for mortgages, but also some cash going to the credit card. All right, let's head to the bank. All right, you guys, it is time to head to the bank. But first, we are going to be going to the accountant and to the post office. So I thought I'd bring you guys along. For the accountant, I finally have all of the paperwork required for our taxes. I am later than I normally am this year. Normally I have this stuff to my accountant in February, but if you watch my other channels and stuff, you'll know that my mental health was not the best. And so because of that, taxes was one thing that I put off. So for my taxes, they are a little bit more than normal because of course I am self-employed. So I've got my snow gardener business. So I have got all of the tracking I have to keep track of for that. That includes stuff like today, right? As we're in the car, keeping track of the mileage. I do a mileage write-off on my car. And then of course we get to write off a portion of the home bills because I do have my home office. And then I've got all of my professional printing. I've got my ink, I've got my paper, I've got stickers from Shannon. This last year too, I paid commission to every single creator that was in the Life of a Creator book. So I had a large amount of commission that went out between everybody. And while my sales weren't as much this last year as they were the year before that, I actually had a larger amount of commission go out to other people because of that Life of a Creator book. So I've got to take those. And then my husband, his taxes, they're pretty straightforward, but we do still have stuff with his old business going on, legal fees, lawsuits, all of that stuff. So I already finished those taxes. So I got those done in January, and I got Shannon her 1099 in January as well. But he works in other states. So I believe that we have to do 5 state returns this year, plus his federal. And then for me, I took retirement from the law enforcement. I was putting into a 457, and I was able to, I went ahead when I retired, I rolled that into a regular IRA. And then before the end of the year, I rolled it over into a Roth IRA. So I owe taxes for that. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I have a large list of documents to give to the accountant, and that includes W-2s, but it also includes the Schedule K for my husband's business, 1099-Gs, the Form 1098 for the mortgage interest, the HSAs. We've got so many 1099s. So 1099s INT, 1099R, 1099G, SSA as well. So when my stepdad passed away, I did get 1 month of his Social Security, so I have to pay taxes on that. And then I've got all of my business expenses, 1099 miscellaneous, 1099K, and all kinds of things. So I have got a big stack of paperwork to take in to the accountant. One more thing marked off of the list. That is a good thing. Zeus, get in the back. And these guys, of course, are along for the ride. They love going with me. And so now I'm going to go ahead and go to the bank because that is the right direction that I need to go to. My town, if you've never watched my videos before, my town is very small. And like I said last week, if you want to see more vlog type videos, then you're going to want to make sure and tune into my newest channel, Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. I am trying really hard to hit the 1,000 subscribers. I believe I'm 600 and something right now, but I've almost got my watch hours in. And so as soon as we can get that 1,000 subscribers, and then that channel will become monetized as well, which will be really nice because it will be another source of income. I also did a video for that channel that was very personal and very deep. The last vlog that I did for that channel. So if you guys want to go check that out, I talk a lot about my mental health and what's actually going on. And the back window, because of the wind, it's like hurting my ears. Does that ever happen to you guys where it's like the wind goes through or something? I just don't like it. So we're headed to Wells Fargo. I'm going to go ahead and go on into the bank to deposit some cash, get some cash. You know how it is. All the same things. Luckily, my bank tellers all know me, and they are absolutely amazing. I am back from the bank. I've got all the cash. It's all messed up. We need to, of course, fix it, make sure it's going the correct direction. We also need to go through all of these ones to see if we can find any A-bucks, D-bucks, G-bucks, or D-bucks. Did I say that right? And then we will get cash stuffing. But of course, I didn't actually rewrite the hubby's budget. And I like to have an actual budget in my binder so that I can reference it. To make next month's budget, to go back and review how things used to be. I have pretty much all of my budgets from when I first started. Now, some of them I don't have before I got into the Happy Planner, but I've got a lot of different resources. Now I'm trying to decide if I actually need them because this is our 6th year. You guys, we have been budgeting for 6 years now. So hard to believe. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the right order, and then we'll go ahead and go through them and look at for the bucks that we're trying to use. And then I will probably go ahead and fast forward you guys as I rewrite this budget really quick. I don't think it will take long. I guess it depends on what I'm talking about when I get to that point, but we will do our A-bucks, our D-bucks, our G-bucks, and our B-bucks. I need to remember in alphabetical order. A, B, because B is the newest one for the bathroom remodel. Okay, so we've got $50 here. Let's see what we've got for bucks that we're going to be saving. The rest of these are just going into our savings challenges. So if they don't go into this savings challenge, they'll be going into another. Man, that's not very good. Did I miss some? I feel like I've got so many L bucks in this stack. I did miss a B buck. The B's are hard to remember to look for because they are the newest. Still, not a very good showing for the bucks today. So many B's. Oop, there's a couple A's. Oh, lots and lots of L's. But I guess that's a good thing because then it still gives us some dollars to go ahead and put towards our bucks. So I'm just going to set these off. I did switch out the binder. The red binder has served us well, but it was getting pretty gross and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite this paycheck to paycheck budget just very quickly. And how do you guys budget? Do you do paycheck to paycheck? Do you have a different way that you like to do it? Do you have a monthly budget? Do you have sinking funds? I would love to know. So, $2,770, that's what we said. For the bills, we have just got the IRA and the venture. And so the one thing that you will see come out of Mr. Snowgardener's, of course, is the mortgage. And the mortgage is, of course, the largest one, right? So, and we don't actually have any envelopes or digital. So that is why I pay the smaller bills. So, for example, I buy all of the groceries. I pay for the electricity. I pay for cell phones. I pay for heat. I pay for internet. So I pay all of those kind of bills. And things have changed over the years, like I said, and I might not fast forward you guys. I'm just about done. There really is not that much to do. I'm also not taking a lot of time to make sure that everything is super pretty. It's okay if it's not. I am not going to be redoing the cash breakdown. I'm not going to waste my time. It must be 3 o'clock. It sounds like Sally is out there starting to vacuum. So if you hear something in the background, that's what it is. You can also hear Yorkies moving about. Uh-oh, I messed up. What did I do? I missed Sam's Club. This is what I get for going too fast. Sam's is not 50. Land tax. Oh, well, geesh. Wow, you guys were probably yelling at me that whole time because that whole row was messed up. So much for worrying about it being kind of nice, right, you guys? All right, let's try this again. Let's put these on the right line. Whiteout is your friend. I do not worry about things being absolutely perfect. I do like them to be a little bit neater and on my budget sheets, but they most certainly do not have to be 110. Savings challenges 500. So we had a total here of 1625. I did not do any math on that sheet, so let's go ahead and do this. 2770 minus 1625 equals 1145. And we know from adding just a little bit ago that these all add up to 1145. So 0 and 0 for a zero-based budget. I knew that wouldn't take long, so we do have that written down. Now I can throw this away. I'll add this into the binder. And as far as the cash stuffing goes, we are going to go ahead and start with our bucks first. Now, I have the bucks from today, which really not that many. Impressive for the amount of A bucks that we found. And B bucks were good. We didn't find any D bucks today, you guys. And these were the bucks that I had gotten for change. Holy cow, for the first time, I think ever, I do not have any D bucks. D is for diving or vacation, and I don't have any. That is just crazy. So A is for Australia. I've got my dot markers. And if you guys are looking for the dot markers, if you go down below, there should be a link for them. And I may make a few pennies if you decide to buy them. I don't really share it with you guys to make money, but if you're going to click on it, why the heck not make a penny or two? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That was really good for change for me, as well as just out of $50. So almost there for another $25 to Australia. And I have found it easier just to take these out. So then we've got B is for bathroom, and it looks like we are ready to put another set into the bank to start earning a little bit of interest. So we need 2 B's. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Running out of breath there. I'm going to go ahead and take one of my big paper clips. I really like these big paper clips here. And put those there so I know that that is there. So now we can go ahead and mark these 2 off and start with a new set. I say we go with pink. And what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Lots of B's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. No D is for diving. How sad is that? No D bucks. We do have G bucks. And G bucks, let's see, what color are we using? Oh, we're using pink. Perfect. So we have got 1, 2, and 3. And this is going for our patio. It's my garden thing. So 1, 2, 3. I say my garden thing. My garden sinking fund is where these are going to go into. And because of the surgery that I am having, I'm not sure if this is going to get done this year. Just because with my husband working as much as he does, I don't want to be taking on a big project and having to worry about it, not only financially, but every other way. And so we'll just have to see. This might get put on the back burner. So this is my new binder for my bucks. And I say new, but I've actually had this binder for quite some time. I had a friend that used to have an online store. She was going out of business, so I bought quite a few from her to try to help her get through her inventory. All right, let's start stuffing, shall we? So all of this money here is for savings challenges. This is what we're stuffing right here. One thing you're going to notice with Mr. Snow Gardener is he is not stuffing any fun money for himself right now. Of course, when you look at his credit card bill, part of that is fun money, spending money. So nothing there. Emergency save. So subscriptions, we need $45 for subscriptions. So 20, 40, and 5. And so that gives him $195 towards subscriptions. And I do believe he has one coming up. He does. He has Audible coming up that he does not have enough for this month. So we must have messed up somewhere. So he actually needs about $230. So he's a little bit short. So he'll probably cash flow that the next check. And then I will reconfigure and make sure that we're on track. What it is they're due January, March, and May is what comes out of here. And then we've got garbage and we've got cash in here. I'm going to start transferring this over to placeholders. So we've got 2 placeholders for 40, 60, 80, 120. So this is for this quarter. So we've got that money ready to go. And motorcycle insurance is going to go ahead and get a 50. And what does he have in here? It looks like he's got $240. He pays this yearly. And let's see, it's $620 for the year for 2 motorcycles. Holidays isn't getting anything. Gifts isn't getting anything. Giving's not getting anything. Clothing's not getting anything. And poor PTO has been taken advantage of. So I need to, the money that I'm pulling out for that needs to get pulled out of this. And so that $1,550 is going to come out of that envelope. And it makes me very sad. He's worked very hard to get that money. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We've got land tax, and land tax is going to go ahead and get a 50. So $50 into land tax. And we now have 580. I think that might be enough to pay it. Nope, not quite. 587. So we're almost there, and it's not due till May. So we're actually ahead on that one, and I like that. I'd rather have the money sooner rather than later. Then we've got our escrow, and our escrow has 2 different sections. We have got $50 going into taxes and $60 going into insurance. So this front section here is insurance. So let's go ahead and put this here. And how much do we have for insurance? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, $850, $930 for homeowners insurance so far. And then for taxes, we should switch these 50s out. Let's do that really quick. Since we're doing this, right? Since you us. So let's swap these out. It looks like we have got $200 worth of 50s, 51, 52, 53. And we need 2 $100 bills. Much easier to count. And then that way we've got the bills for other things. So we've got $370 for taxes for the escrow account. Then pets is going to go ahead and get $200. And let's see, do I need other bills? Nope, this looks good. So 100 and 200. So for pets in the bank, we've got 1,000, 2,000, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 70. So 2,970 in the bank. And in cash, we've got 51, 52, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 35, 45, 55, 60. So not too shabby, 360 in cash. Now, when we get the pets groomed, it's anywhere from $150 to $200, and we get the pets groomed every couple months, or actually every 6 weeks. Home is going to go ahead and get a 50. So let's take a look. We have not pulled this out for a while because it is a hot mess. Now, this one has some cash in it because I do put money from my wallet in here. I have to sneeze, you guys. Woo! I'm not going to edit that out. I'm just warning you guys. 51, 52. I'm sorry. Yep. 51, 52. We're going to go ahead and swap those out again. We actually should probably swap out for a 500. So let's see. Okay, those are all little bills. Let's see what we've got here. 1,000, 2,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, let's switch out for a 500 if I can find one. 500s I don't have as many of, but I feel like, yep, there we go. So we've got 2,500, 50, 70, 80, 4. And then for cash, we have got $100 in there. I will probably switch that over to into the bank. That is just money that's come out of my envelopes and stuff. And then Sam's Club is going to get $100. And what does Sam's Club have in here? 200, so 330. I do have a Sam's bill I need to pay that I think is about 150. So we will take that out. So that is my hubby's budget. That is his cash stuffing, all of the good things and stuff. And then I just remembered, I told you guys we were getting these 20s and these 5s to go in the money for our weekly cash spending. So let me grab my wallet. No, I don't need my wallet. I just need the money. That's what I need. I need the money. So I need the last 2. So I need to put $50 into each of these. I just threw money on the floor, you guys. I just threw money. So I need to add $50 into each pile. This is how I keep track of my weekly spending money. Now, oftentimes we don't spend this money. If you watch my Friday videos, on most Fridays, I go through what I spent. And our money lately, the extra money, some of it's been going to debt. And some of it has been going to our Hawaii vacation. Now, I just threw a bunch of ones all over the floor. Can you guys still hear me? I'm under my desk. All right, let's go ahead and do some savings challenges, shall we? Because that is where the fun is at. Now, we're not going to do all of this money in savings challenges, obviously. So let's go ahead and select what we want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 there. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 60, 70, 80, 120, 140. Let's do 140 today. I'm going to put this money aside and we're going to go ahead and go through some savings challenges. Now, some of these I haven't done for a while, so we're going to go through some of the books so we can put the money towards the budget, towards the mortgage. So I've got the books here. Let's go through and see what needs to be done in these books because we have so many books. And of course, before I was using this just for Australia, but I don't have a lot of money to put towards Australia right now. So this is the What the Duck book. Done, done. Oh, we can do this one right now. And it is Sunshiny Out. So let's go ahead and fill this in and say we're going to save $5 for that one. So $5 for what? What the delay, I have to tell you guys, one of our Hawaii flights got canceled. We've got bugs we need to color as well. Let's go ahead and do a $2 butterfly. And it looks like I was in a hurry the last time I did it. We're not in as much of a hurry today. So let's go ahead and color a little butterfly. We're going to do orange and maybe pink. Do 2 colors here. And just use the colored pencils because they're easy, right? You probably can't even see this pink. And it's actually not pink. It's salmon. So it's very close to the orange. I thought it was pink when I grabbed it, but then as soon as I started coloring with it, I realized it wasn't. Okay, there's another one done. We've already got that scratch off done. We've got What the Box done. We've got What the Fire. Ooh, we're getting close to these. We've got a lot of coloring ones. So we've got Baby Shark. Let's go ahead and do 2 of these sharks and color them in. I am hopeful to be seeing sharks very soon in Hawaii. And I know it is so funny because a lot of people are like terrified of sharks. I get so excited when I see the sharks when we are diving. Absolutely excited. Now, I have not seen any sort of large shark. I've seen reef sharks, nurse sharks, that type of sharks. When we go to Australia and hopefully get to see a great white, then I'm sure I might be a little bit scared. We also haven't fed the sharks yet. That was one thing we were going to think about doing and just haven't. So there's a couple more sharks done in there in our baby shark challenge. And poor What the Duck here. We've played these lots. That one's done scratching off. Look at that, you guys. I'm feeling a theme here. So let's go ahead. We're going to do this flower for $7. So 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to color this. Now, I could pop this book open so it was easier to color, but that sounds like a lot of work right now. Just not feeling that. I do love binding my books like this so that you can take them out if you want. You can also reuse the binding combs. And if you do get more than one book from me and you try to put them together on one binding comb, you might find that they don't match exactly perfect. There's been a couple books after printing that I've had to just adjust where I stamp or where I hole punch them just a little bit. So just a fair warning. So $7 for that flower. See, all of our colorings adding up. And we've got the Sudoku. I don't have the brain power for Sudoku right now, so we're not going to do any Sudoku. I can't do it. But we are going to go ahead and scratch off a What the Medical. And let's see what we've got. We'll go ahead and add $5 for this one. Oops, that whole sticker wanted to come off. We'll take it off then. Every now and then, they just jump right off. So $5 for What the Medical. And let's do this one. What job will you have today? Well, let's get a couple different colored dice out. What dice do I have? We've got this one and this one. Okay, so we're going to say the black or the gray is across the top. The pink is down below. So we've got 2 and 2. It looks like we're a vet tech maybe, or a vet for $5. Let's go ahead and roll again. We've got a 5 and a 1, and we are some sort of business person for $3. Perfect. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up yet, you guys. What the job? If you have not seen my other videos, I am getting ready to go work outside of the home again. I can use some extra money, but mainly the reason why I'm doing it is because I need the social interaction. Working at home for me, while I love it, is very hard because I don't get the social interaction. Okay, let's do this roll and save right here. We're just going to do 1. So we're going to color a 4 and 4. We're going to color this one right here. And I think I picked that salmon color again. So $4 there. Quite a bit to do for that one. We'll have to continue on that one. And then we've got What the Debt. What the Debt. We're going to go ahead and scratch one of these. We might be using all of our money on the What the Duck book, huh? $5 for that one. Look at all that money. Oh, we've got a car, and the cars are $5 each. So let's go ahead and color a car. And we're going to color this one green. And in the beginning, when I first started designing challenges, I did a lot of coloring challenges because I really do enjoy coloring. And it just, I don't know, it's very calming, I guess you could say. We're going to say that it has green hubcaps. And where is my black or my gray? We've got a silvery color. We're going to make that be the headlight. We're going to make a brake light. And then, is this black? Nope. This is dark brown. So the tires are going to be dark brown. I think that will be just fine. Color these in. This one is sharpened very nicely. And then we will see what else we've got to put towards. We will count how much we're putting in What the Duck. Then we've got What the Tire. So let's go ahead and scratch. Okay, this is a ×2. We're going to go ahead and roll the die and multiply it. 1 times 2, $2. Nothing too hard. Then we've got What the Positive. It says inhale, exhale, repeat. Let's do a roll and save for that. $5 for that. Perfect. And last but not least, we have the What the Duck, but it is all done. So let's see how much we're putting into What the Duck. We are going to go ahead and write these down so that I can keep track of them for the mortgage. So we're just going to say what, and we're going to go ahead and swap out for those 20s too, just so we've still got change to play other savings challenges. I figured it was a good idea to start working through some of the books that we had been working on for quite some time. 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 10 is another 20. So in the What the Duck book, we are saving towards the mortgage $54. Not too shabby. All right, $54. We'll set that off to the side. I don't know if you guys can see that. We'll put what aside, and then we've got Life of a Creator. There are lots of challenges in here. We have got Kiss My Hiney. Where are my stickers? What have I done with my stickers for this book? They are in a binder. I haven't done this one in so long, I couldn't remember. That took way too long considering they're in the Savings Challenge binder. Let's go ahead and do a Kiss My Hiney. And we have got some other money in here, you guys. Let's go ahead and put this towards the mortgage. Why the heck do we have this sitting in here just taking up space? Let's go ahead and do $5 for Kiss My Hiney. And add that to Georgette's butt there. So $5. Did I grab a 5, you guys? I can't remember. I don't know. We're going to add another 5. And then let's go back and we're going to do some more of these in here. This might be where we spend all of our money. We are going to go to Budget with Ira. Counting sheep. Each sheep is $5. So let's go ahead and add another little sheepy on there. Perfection. And then we've got some other money in here for things and stuff that we're going to put towards the mortgage, I do believe. It looks like one of them is Christmas, so we'll put that towards Christmas. Ooh, we haven't even scratched one of these from Budget Life with Paula. Look at how pretty this is right here. This is a $50 challenge, so let's go ahead and scratch this one. So $6 for that one. And we're not doing any rolls of the dice or anything. We're just going to go through the book and see what we've got. And instead of starting at the front, let's start at the back. So we have got, this is from Liz, and this right here, it says, roll a dice and land on a number. Whatever you get, that's how much gold you stash in your booty bank. Now, I'm supposed to be talking like a pirate, but your girl is failing. Short on treasure, no worries. You can add the digits together. Like 41 becomes 4 plus 1, or just pick one. And it says, keep rolling and saving until you're all done. So let's go ahead and roll. So we've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 12. So we're going to save $6. So you can go around, and this is the finish over here. And then we haven't even scratched this one either. Oh my gosh, this is Craft Co Budgets. This is a $55 challenge. It says, I like nonsense. It wakes up the brain cells. Fantasy is a necessary ingredient in living. Dr. Seuss. And this is Danny over at Craft Co Budgets. We're going to start up here in this corner. And yes, I put all these stickers on here, but I do not remember what they are. So that is $2 for that challenge right there. And just so you guys know, when these books came out, every single creator in this book was offered commission. So that was kind of fun. Then we've got Janelle Ray Budgets. We've got Roll and Save, and we've got a scratch. Let's go ahead and scratch one of these. So we've got $5 there. And let's go ahead and roll. I need to find my permanent marker, which I put away. Where, oh, where are you? So $3 for a roll and save. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, I have not played this book near enough. Oh, we've got a word search, and this is from Chris over at Budgeting Just Because. Let's see if I can find one of these. Oh, I found cookie. Cookie is $5. Go ahead and cross that off. I'm going to do it upside down. So cookie. Perfect. Another $5. Again, Budgeting Just Because. Chris. All right, I grabbed a 5, but we're going to take those two and swap them out. We did this. We did this. We've done burgers, and we've done this one, so we're not going to do this today. Let's go ahead and do Donna's here. We've got roll and save and a scratch off. We're going to go ahead and scratch one of these off for $3. And I guess it's not technically a roll and save. It's just a color and save. So we've got 3 there. And let's go ahead and color in this 4 too. So we'll save $7 for Save to Sync from Donna, powered by Creativity. Hopefully that's dry. And then we've got Pinky Cloth Co. And this is a 50 plus dice roll. And so it says save up each dice. If you decide to roll, save that amount. So let's go ahead and roll. So we've got a 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and cross off a 2. Let's roll one more time. We've got a 3. So we're going to save $5 for that one. Perfect. Yeah, I haven't even played these. We have got Laura Bell Creations, save $50, 1 to 9. And we have played this one quite a few times, but let's keep going. It's been a while since we've done this one. $5 for that one. Amazing. And this one is a habit tracker. This is from Taylor Louise Budgets. Congratulations to Taylor for being a new mother to a daughter. And then we have got Budget with Carly, Seek Balance, Not Perfection. We've already done all of the roll and saves, so let's go ahead and scratch one. Another $5. We're getting lots of $5 on these today. And then we have got Budget with Mama Bear, and this is going to be me very soon, you guys. I wish my hair was that long and that thick, but it is not. This is a $60 challenge. Look at that, big shockaroo, $5 there. And let's go ahead and swap out for this 20. I'm going to put a 10 and a 5 back and grab that 20. And then we have got Busy Lizzie. And this one says, once again, a work meeting that could have been an email. Sigh. So let's go ahead and scratch this one. $6 for that one. 5 and 6. We have got Flip, Scratch, and Roll. So we need our heads or tails dice. Let's do heads or tails. So we've got heads. We're going to go ahead and scratch this one right here. And we have got a duck, and we said the duck was $5. So another $5, and we are just about out of money, you guys. We're going through 2 books. And we have still got challenges here. We haven't even made it all the way through. We only have 1 soccer ball left. This is Jay Wackers. It is now Jessie in Progress, and she was one of the OG channels that I started watching. So $4 for that one, and that challenge is all done. And her son, 1, 2, 3, 4, was a soccer player. Now his final season is done. So we've got $7. Do you think we can get less than 7 for a scratch? Let's see. $5. Big shock. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and leave this $2 until next time. But let's see how much the life of a creator helped us save with this go around. Look at all this cash, you guys. So let's go ahead and count it up and see what we've got. Now, of course, I probably will swap these out for bigger bills. You know, I don't want to get a bunch of ones out just to turn around and put them right back in the bank to get change again. And, hey, wow. That's a lot of money. Why did I do it that way? Why did I put the ones in the middle? All right, you guys, that is a good amount of money. Did I put more than what I thought in that pile? I must have. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 25, 35, 45, 55, 155, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute, you guys. I'm going to have to watch the replay on this one and see if I did something wrong. I've got the $54 here, and I've got $169 here. Did I mess up somehow? How do I have so many 20s? I don't remember putting that many 20s there. Well, you guys, it was a great day to hang out with you guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for making it all the way to the end. If you guys have made it all the way to the end, if you could put a star emoji, just so I know, I'd greatly appreciate it. It looks like today Your girl can't count because she has 54 plus 169, $223. What did I do? I'll have to check it. Like I said, if there is something wrong, I will fix it. I'm not going to show you guys on camera. Until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everyone.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.